thank you for the invitation. So I came to Luxembourg in 1992. I was working for a company in the UK, and I was a graduate, and I graduated when there was a recession on in the United Kingdom, so it was a different job from the direction I wanted to go in. And they said, oh, you speak a little bit of German, can you go to Luxembourg for 3 weeks? So I came to Luxembourg for 3 weeks, and 3 weeks became 32 years. So I started my career in Luxembourg in what was a British asset manager, and I was doing a little bit of marketing. So we were putting advertisements into magazines in Germany and collecting the coupons. So it was before digital was a thing. So I did that for many years, and then I moved to an organisation which was a Dutch wealth manager. And when I was there, I was looking after marketing for Europe, and then they said to me, could I look after human resources? So I looked after human resources, but I was a marketeer, so I didn't understand human resources at all. So I guess what I was doing back in the day in the 90s was what is now called employee engagement, because when you're a marketeer in human resources, that's what you're doing. And my entrepreneurial journey started in 1999 when I set up a company which was in recruitment for the financial services industry in Luxembourg, and I've never looked back since. So yeah, I've been an entrepreneur in Luxembourg since 1999. Really good question. I think probably one of the challenges looking back was the fact I didn't speak Luxembourgish at the time. My French also wasn't really brilliant at the time. But I suppose in my favour, I was quite young, point one, and point two, I've got quite a growth mindset. So, just trying things. So, but I remember, there was one phase in my career when, the fact that I didn't speak Luxembourgish probably was a little bit of a hindrance. But now I speak it. It's okay. I speak a bit of Luxembourgish. That's a really good question. So as well as doing what I do here, I'm on the board of a charity called Dress for Success. So we help women re-enter the workplace. We also do work with migrants. So doing work for Dress for Success in an organisation has been something which has been really, really nice. I think we shouldn't forget how important volunteering can be. And even outside of Dress for Success, if I see somebody who really needs help and can't afford it, I help them. Because it's something I want to do, point one. And I always think that, if you give, then something comes back to you later in life. So that's just a philosophy that I have, and as I say, if you give back, you're building trust with somebody, who's helping, and then, as I say, in the future that will pay back. So right now, as well as doing Dress for Success, there's a young woman who was a bit lost in her career, and I've spent a bit of time helping her, and there's a guy who's a senior executive, and he's a bit lost as to where so just help people. Well, I think again, by volunteering, and especially in a country like Luxembourg, you're going to meet some people by volunteering. So by helping either an organisation or another human being, you're going to be building some trust. You're also going to be demonstrating the skills and probably the hunger that you've got. And that's something, probably looking back, I always had hunger. I came from, not a middle class background, a low class background in the UK, and I was hungry. So I think, if anybody's coming to Luxembourg, I would definitely counsel them to just get out there, volunteer, and show people, your hunger, your talent, what you're capable of doing, and it will pay back. But that's for sure. So probably actually learning about coaching. So my coaching journey started when my daughter was born. So my daughter, I really wanted a baby. I was struggling. I had ectopic pregnancies, and I went through IVF, in vitro in French. So I was pregnant with my daughter, and I built up this nice business. And I thought, right, well, here's a real opportunity to sell the business because somebody wanted to buy it. My two business partners didn't want to sell it. So I was upset, and I thought this was going to be an amazing thing for me. Pregnant, got my daughter through IVF. And so I hired a coach, and it was through me being coached by her that I was able to let it all go. So my mindset changed. So my daughter's 18 and a half now, so it's about then that I started training to be a coach. And coaching brings all sorts of skills for life and for the workplace. So whether you're a senior director on a board, or whether you're a young person in an organisation, what is coaching about? It's about creating a safe space. It's about being able to ask powerful questions in that safe space, maybe challenging. If you're on a board, it's not about being nice all the time, but it's about being able to challenge in a safe environment. So learning about the power of coaching, both with individuals or with teams, has probably been my biggest gift. Yeah. Though you can't coach your children, I will say that. So I think, as I've said before, for me it's a no-brainer. I think wherever you are, in Luxembourg in particular, get out there, get involved, make connections, and it's not just about sort of what I call hardcore networking at events. It's about just demonstrating what you're capable of doing, and it could be something really small. This is not about you being perfect. So my invitation would be to say, have a growth mindset, get involved, roll up your sleeves, and through acting, you will learn. And I love that in my own life. I don't know everything. I'm learning every single day. So roll up the sleeves, get stuck in, and you will learn, and you'll make connections, and yeah.